For decades, the formula for a powerful flashlight has been pretty simple. You take a metal tube, put a battery inside, a switch on one end, and an LED on the other. It's a design that works, but if you threw that entire design out the window, what would happen if we started over from scratch? Well, you might end up with something that looks a little bit like this. This is the Wuben X4, and it is a flashlight that is completely rethinking how a light should look, feel, and operate. It's weird, it's innovative, and honestly, it's probably one of the most interesting lights I've dealt with all year. So let's dive in. Hey everyone, welcome back to Torches and Tactical. So the Wuben X4, this immediately breaks the mold with its rectangular anti-roll design. It is about 96 mil long and weighs 137 grams with that included battery. So it's really solid and it has a dense feel in the hands. But the first piece of wild engineering is how you get that battery in. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and set this down. I want to talk to you about what all comes in it just because I want to get it out of the way so we can focus on what's important. So for starters, the Wuben X4 comes in, well, frankly, a box. And I have to say, I haven't released it yet, but I do have a Wuben X2 Pro video. And if there's one thing I'm going to say about that right now, it's that I hate the packaging on it. It seems like it falls apart. I love the clamshell of the X3 and even the ones prior, the X2, the regular X2. I loved the clamshell design on those. The X2 Pro sucked, but packaging is more normal for the X4. It opens up, boom, you got the light that comes in right here. I put the little battery safety indicator right here. It comes with a little box here that has your Type-C charging cable and lanyard. And in case you want to see what those look like, here's that Type-C. Well, it's Type A to Type-C. It's got the Wuben branding on that. Oh, there we go. It's got the Wuben branding on that. And you also have that Wuben branding on the pretty generic lanyard as well. But as far as the box goes, I'm so glad to see that you don't have to be oh so fragile when it comes to the box, and that's awesome to me. Also, you do get the Wuben X4 manual, and this is pretty chunky. There's quite a bit in here, but that's because the light does quite a bit, and I will go through this as I'm walking through it with you. So let's go ahead and focus on the light. Now, like I said, I think that the first piece of wild engineering is how you get that battery in. And we've seen this on a few lights recently. But you can see here there is a lock, and if you press it up and unlock, and you get a spring-loaded tail cap. Very, very cool. I love how the pressure kind of flips everything up. And if you're even quick, maybe you can, haha, oh, I missed. But anyways, I figured maybe I could probably get that battery out as well. So very cool design and honestly kind of fidgety too. Now you probably noticed that it does have that magnetic symbol on the back. That's because it does have a magnet as well. So let me show you that. And I got my trusty Icon knife here. Let's go ahead and, okay, so I mean, this is a pretty thin knife. You're not going to get the same level of magnetic adhesion, but it does hold. If it's on something stationary, I definitely don't think you're going to have any issues with that at all. But the user interface, well, let's backtrack. That hinged 18650 cover has its own lock, very secure and very clever system. Again, I love that fidgeting, but I do think the user interface is probably where things are going to get even more interesting. So you have three ways to control this light. So first, you have the standard E switch, and that's right here on the side. Obviously, when it's all the way down, it's not going to do anything. Second, you have a fantastic rotary dial. That's going to let you ramp up the brightness, up or down. And then third, for tactical use, you do have a dedicated, oh, there we go. You do have a dedicated rear tactical switch too. And I love the E switch on the back. Again, way better than the last iteration I had seen on the X2 Pro. Super, super glad that they went with a much more low profile. And actually, I'm going to bring this up to the mic. Hopefully you guys can get a little bit of that clicking on there. That's kind of fidgety too, frankly. It has a really, really good feel. Very short travel, but it's still a very intentional travel. So now those are the three ways that dedicated tail switch, that'll give you momentary access to turbo and strobe. So the versatility is definitely off the charts. Now, if we talk about all these emitters up front, you have a primary array of 1, 2, 3, 4 emitters. So you have those 4 emitters, and one is for spot. Let's see, that's going to be this guy right here. So one is for spot, and you have one for throw with a smooth TIR lens, and then you have two that are flooded with dimpled TIRs. So right here. But it doesn't stop there. On the side, you have another set of emitters right here. You have another set of emitters for area lighting. So that's going to give you white and a single RGB option as well. And finally, the charging port. Where is it? Well, I think Wuben did something pretty brilliant. I like when things stay up and out of the way. So you have your mode selector here. So you got lock, then you have your side light mode, main light, and then moonlight. But underneath, when you do that, that unlocks your hidden USB-C charging port. And I will grab a cord right now, because when you plug it in, you'll see that you do have that charging indicator right here. So this is red and it'll go to blue. And this charging indicator also serves as your battery indicator too when you press and hold that main E-switch right here. So you just you twist the selector to reveal that built-in USB-C charging port, and I think it's so much better than a flimsy rubber flap. So if we get into the numbers, Wuben says on turbo that the X4 will give you 1500 lumens, but the measured output, I looked at a couple different sources, and it looks like it is coming closer to about 1138 lumens at startup, and it stabilizes about 839 after 30 seconds. Those front emitters are on the cool side. I saw that those were coming in between 6,400 and 7,000. And that side white emitter, that comes in my opinion, right at the perfect sweet spot, 3,900 to 4,000 K. It is worth noting that other reviews have mentioned low CRI across the board for these mains, and those side emitters all come in at about 4,000. So it's not perfect color accuracy. That magnetic tail cap, I think, makes up for a little bit, but I mean, again, you can tell that it is tactically oriented with that rear tail switch. So I know a lot of tactical lights tend to have more cool white, so that's probably what they were going for. But I will go through a lot of these options, how to operate the light. First, I do want to get outside and show you how this works in its native environment. So let's just go ahead and do that. All right, guys, I am out with the Wuben X4, and this is where all those features I was talking about, this is where they all come together. So let's start with the front emitters. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. I want to dial it down, though. So I don't know if you guys can see this right here. This is the lowest. Oh, shoot. Yeah, it's not showing up on camera. It does have a pretty low mode, but I will start to ramp up, and I will say that it does ramp up pretty quickly. I haven't even done a full rotation yet. Okay, and that beep right there lets you know that it is at max. So this is all 1500 lumens with the X4. So this is maxing out those 4 front emitters. And I do got to say, there is a little bit of patterning. Yeah, I'm gonna move it up. Maybe you guys can see. It does look like there is a bit of patterning on the optics. But if those are figured out, I got to say, I am digging the whole multi-optic flashlights. You can get that really far beam, but you can also get a lot of flood as well. And I think it's a really, really nice design. But moving forward, I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. And if I move it back to the side light mode, I'm going to go ahead and press that, turn it on. So I'm going to go ahead and go all the way down. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to walk out there. So you guys can see here, this is low, but if I ramp it all the way up, so it is illuminating the ground around me. I hope you guys can see this on camera. I can see out quite a bit. There's quite a bit of visibility.
using it as an atmospheric or camping light, I think it's really, really cool. But I'm going to come back now, and with it in front of the camera, I'm going to press and hold so you can see here. When it's on the solid mode for the RGB, you can rotate. You got your pink, your red, your yellow, your green, and it's going to go to your shades of blue and cycle through. Now this isn't infinitely cycling. It does just have the 6 or 7 colors that you can choose through. But you do a double press, and whatever color you're on, 1, 2, it will go to a strobe in that color. So that's one thing I really, really do like. Is a lot of flashlights, if they have an RGB strobe, will kind of just run through whatever color they already have pre-programmed. But here, it will let you pick. So if I cycle through to, let's do, oh, I just passed it. I was going to go to green. So let's go to green, and then a double press, boom, boom, and you can get a green flash if you want. So you can identify things, especially sticking that magnetic tail cap to it. I think that's really, really good design. But I do want to go back and do a double press. 1, 2. Okay, so I'm going to finish off with the 1500 lumens. Again, Wuben X4, just so we can see everything that this thing is capable of. All right, now let's go ahead and get back inside.
All right, guys, we put the Wuben X4 through its paces, and I gotta say, it's one of the most unique and feature-dense flashlights in this size class. So I told you I would walk through real fast how to use this interface. And so let's go ahead and start by just rotating this up to the side light. And on side light, you can press once and turn on that single emitter. You can press and hold, and that'll go to your main white lights. Press and hold, that'll go to RGB. And from here, you can rotate and pick any color you want to. Okay, now we're going to do a press and hold again. From here, you can change the brightness with this dial. We can go all the way up. Oh, I hit the switch. From here, you can go all the way up or all the way down. So this is low on the side light, and this is high. But when you have the light on, you can press and hold, and that'll go back to your RGB color LEDs. And from here, you can do a double press, 1, 2, and this will go into beacon mode. So whatever color you had it set to, that is going to give you, that's going to give you a beacon in that color. Let's go ahead and stop that. And now we're going to rotate up to main light mode. So I'll go ahead and press this to turn it on. And again, you can rotate all the way up. This will give you that 1500 noted lumens, or all the way down to moonlight. You can do a double press, 1, 2. That's going to go to turbo, and another 2 is going to go back down. So very, very cool. Now, if we go ahead and shut this off, I do want to move up to the moonlight. So this will give you either in front emitter mode, you can do anything you want. It's not going to change anything here. Or if we go back down to main front, we can activate, there we go. We can activate instant turbo or a double press, 1, 2, and that'll give you your tactical strobe. So very easy access of your momentary turbo or a full-time strobe from that rear tactical switch. So definitely tons of ways to operate this, like I was saying earlier. So guys, I think with the Wuben X4, the pros are huge. I think it's a very innovative design, and I love the fidget factor from that hinged battery door. I think that battery door is awesome. That triple threat UI with the E-switch, rotary dial, and even that tactical tail, it is incredibly versatile, and having both forward-facing and side-facing RGB emitters, it makes it a true multi-tool. As far as the cons, I have to say the low CRI. Now, if you're going strictly for tactical, it's probably not going to be an issue for you. But I like to have a more neutral color tone anyways. So I'm going to have to say low CRI, that very cool color temperature. Also, there aren't very many discrete modes between the lowest setting and turbo, so you just kind of have to ramp it to where you want it to be. So guys, who is the Wuben X4 for? The X4 for? Anyways, so it's not the X8. I don't know. Anyways, who is the Wuben X4 supposed to be for? This is probably for a tech enthusiast who loves innovative gadgets. It's for a person who wants a versatile look that they can stick to a surface or use as a capable tactical light for self-defense, or even as an all-purpose EDC light. I do think it is small enough to be able to fit into that EDC light category, but it does it all in one package. It really is a true hybrid. So I think the Wuben X4 is a bold and successful experiment into flashlight design. It proves that you can teach an old dog new tricks and completely reinvent the classic 18650 flashlight. So guys, I want to know what you think now. What do you think? Do you like that hinged multi-switch design of the future, or is it too complicated? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. As always, if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, make sure that you're subscribed to Torches and Tactical, and we'll see you in the next one. Stay safe and stay lit.